YouTube? We're back with another video, and today we have another video about Mexico. Also, somebody dropped me some channels to react to, so we're gonna get into that tomorrow. Also, it's 12:41 a.m. and I'm in the mood to record, so if I'm talking a little low, my whole family is sleeping. So we're gonna jump straight into. But we have this video. It says my 4 biggest culture shocks between Mexico and the U.S. Why is everyone making out? I don't know what that last part is about, but okay.
Oh hey, welcome to Mexico City. It's your first time here? That ain't no problem.
Bro, the food out there is so good.
So it's Sunday. Absolutely everything in Mexico City is closed. There's not much to do. Even the puestecitos with the tacos that I used to distract myself are closed. So I thought it's a great time to take a walk and tell you 5 or so culture shocks that I've experienced while being in Mexico City. My first time being here was in 2019.
Wait, is there a reason why everything's closed on like Sundays?
It is now 2021, so not a lot has changed. And it's actually the only place in Mexico that I've ever visited, so it's the only thing that I know. So let's go. So this is Parque España. It's really close to Parque Mexico. And there's always a lot of stuff happening out here, like group activities. I saw baby yoga out here once. It's very green, and it's got this cool statue in the middle. Let me get closer. So this one's it's very green, and it's got this cool statue in the middle. Let me get closer. So this is it, and it's got a little thing of Lázaro Cárdenas in the middle, because you know, history. Elections are on June 6th, and this guy has been every fucking where. I have to give props to his team for, like, I guess, devotedness, because literally there is not a fucking post in this entire city that does not say Armando Rios Peter. So the first thing I want to talk about is Chilango PDA, because I've never seen 2 people suck face in public like a couple of Chilangos. They will just go at it in their completely, like, in their own world, not giving a fuck about if other people see, which they shouldn't. I personally have nothing against PDA. It's just that you would never see anything like that in the United States. I think people are embarrassed.
I'm not gonna lie, I think it depends on where you are, because like, okay, out here I've seen some I've seen people do crazy stuff in public. Like this video is like 4 years older, so it is like 2025, but they be doing some crazy stuff like on the street. Like I've been with my mom and like looking, and like they'll be like lovey-dovey just walking, which is cute. Like I've seen some crazy stuff, man.
In the United States to show that kind of affection in public. I've gotten used to it now. You know, after being here again for weeks, you kind of just get accustomed to it. But the first couple times I was like, damn, y'all really don't give a fuck. Now, another thing I've had to get used to again since being here is just the prevalence of the informal labor market. And what I mean by that is that people do not have formal jobs where they get paid every couple of weeks, but rather, you know, people walking around selling candy, especially passing by restaurants where people are eating outside, cutting fruit. There are people that, you know, when you're at a stoplight, they'll come up with a bottle of soapy water and wash your windshield just for like tips.
Oh my god! What is that?
Stop. Do y'all know this happens out here too? Like all the time? Like, okay, I guess it's in specific, but I live in Texas. I'm not gonna say, but there's been like times they'll come up with like a dirty rag and like they just try to wash the crap out of your windshield. And it's like, bro.
Also the viene-vienes, which are people that direct the parking because they go viene, yeah, stuff like that. And it's not like I'm coming here and having the realization like, oh, not everyone has the same type of jobs as in the United States. It's just that in the United States, a lot of those jobs would require permits. And, you know, I'm sure you've seen tons of videos online about, I don't know, informal business, especially by immigrants or people of color being shut down by police. And that's just how it is. It's very, very normal to need a permit for a lot of those type of things. Having an informal business, I guess it's just not as doable in the United States. If you're gonna have a job, if you're gonna have a business, it needs to have like some sort of fixed quality or an address.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like out here, it's common to just get a 9 to 5 and try to live. Like, I feel like it's common, whether people want to talk about it or not. A lot of people are just content with the bare minimum, which is like people will like settle a lot and like they'll just like pick like a 9 to 5 or like a job that will literally just carry them through life, and that's just how it is sometimes out here.
You know, in this park especially,
That's just
there's
what
a
they-
lot of
that's just
stands
what
with people selling ice cream, with people selling fruit like mango with chamoy on it, with people selling juice, and that's very normal for people to want to make a buck in that way. And something that goes hand in hand with the informal labor market in Mexico is I guess the prevalence and necessity of cash. You know, being from the United States, got very accustomed once again to pretty much always just using cards in places or having my subscriptions renew and things like that.
You know what's crazy? This video is also 4 years old, I should say that. So if anything is different in Mexico now, please let me know in the comments. But one thing I will say about like the United States, we don't have like a lot of places that just ask for cash. Like people use like Apple Pay, they use like Cash App now. Like I use a Cash App card. Like people just use like cards. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't even know the last time I had a card. I mean, I don't know the last time I've had cash.
To where I'm never actually having to go to an ATM, take out money, pay people with money, do the math to give change and stuff like that. But I would say most times in Mexico in total, not just in Mexico City, you're gonna have to pay in cash because a lot of places they don't have card readers. A lot of, you know, informal sellers, they do not carry card readers. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's just how it is. I think in the last 3 weeks of being here, I've gone to the ATM more than I have in the US in the past year. All the time here I'm having to pay, you know, in coins, especially for public transport. But God, the part that I did not miss about it was doing the math. I hate doing math. I'm not a math person, so having to like add up how much I owe the person and should I use coins, should I use bills, oh no, I want to save my bill for later to pay for this thing. It does kind of make my head spin sometimes, and that's fine. It's just different. And like I was just saying about public transport, the reason, you know, one of the reasons I've been using cash so often is for public transport. And in my city in particular, in St. Augustine, we have terrible public transport. There's maybe a bus that comes every 3 hours or so public transport is not really a thing. I'm sure that if it was, I would be using cash a lot more. But that leads me to my next point, is that in Mexico City there are countless ways of public transport, and that's what makes it such a convenient place to visit and a convenient place to live in. I think off the top of my head I could name like at least 10 forms of transport here. We're talking like metro, metrobus, trolebus, tren ligero, microbus, taxis, Ubers, ecobici.
You know what I will say out here? I rarely see taxis. Like I guess like the new thing is like Ubers, which Ubers are crazy. Like I had this job where I was like, it was like $10 a day to get to my job, and it was only like 5 minutes. Like not even, probably like 3 to 4 minutes. Like just to straight go there, it was like 3 to 4 minutes. And it was like $10. Sometimes it was like 11. It was crazy expensive. And that adds up. Like I worked 5 days, so it was like $50 every week.
I'm not even gonna lie, in my city in St. Augustine, when I went to the dentist a couple months ago, I had to take an Uber because we have terrible public transport and I do not have a car. So it's very refreshing to come here and have it be so simple and to have it be so cheap, because I think, you know, if you want to get on the metro, it's 6 pesos, which is maybe like a little bit under 50 cents for a one-way. If you want to get on the trolebus, it's 4 pesos. If you want to do the ecobicis, if you have a subscription, I'm sure it's very cheap by the day. And I just realized that I don't stress myself out about getting around anymore, you know, as I would in the US. Because I remember, for example, when I visited my sister in San Francisco in general is one of the most expensive places that I've ever been. I think one-way train passage was $8. That's 160 pesos, which, you know, compared to if you get on the metro, 6 pesos, that's a gigantic difference. This right here is another culture shock, the fact that people just cross the street without, you know, looking ever. But anyways, before I start thinking of a million other—
Bro, people out here drive crazy. Like I've seen people almost get hit, and like the crossway walk was, car should have stopped, and the people walking across almost got hit. Like
other things to talk about, I'm gonna end the video there. So thank you so much for watching. I know these culture shocks, they don't just relate to Mexico City. A lot of them can be applied to Mexico in general, but they might be a little bit different. They might vary between states. So if that's the case, if you live in another state of Mexico and want to—
You know, I didn't know if I was gonna I didn't know how this video was, but I like this video. This video was actually cool. It's cool to me to learn like the different types of things like out in like Mexico versus like out here. It's cool to me. I like it. I think it's really cool. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. This video is not long at all. This video is probably gonna be like 9 minutes once I edit it for you guys, but If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button for the channel. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. My videos apparently get pushed out more when you guys subscribe and come back to watch versus back to watch. So, do what you will with that information. But I love you guys, W Night Crew, and I'm gonna go because I should probably go to sleep. It's currently 12:50, so y'all will see this in the morning. Today's my birthday, so good night, or technically good morning, and I love you guys. Oh, I will see you on the next video.